Today marks the beginning of a new era for Australia. We are a bold nation, a proud nation, and a nation that acts in the best interest of all people living in our great land. For years now, we have both responded to what is good for our nation and what is bad. Some of these things have not always been what the Australian public has wanted. However, with every decision this government makes, we act in the best interest of all Australians. Alcohol legislation has affected the country of Australia in many ways over the past 40 years. For example, we have seen the introduction of lockout laws in response to late night alcohol inflicted violence in the area of Sydney and then scaled out in all states of Australia. We have also seen a large tax reform to dramatically increase the tax on alcohol, which ultimately reduced the amount of alcohol consumption within Australia. We've also seen tightening of ID laws and regulation of fake identification. Finally, changing working hours has led to tightening up of day drinking legislation. In response to all of this, we have seen many positive effects for the Australian public on a whole, whether this has been through the reduced alcohol-inflicted violence on the street, a reduction in late-night hospital visits from alcohol, or the increase in the economic benefits for the whole population. However, we will continue to see many negative implications for the Australian people if we do not continue to act on overcoming the negative effects of alcohol for the Australian community. I've recently been in contact with Professor Tim Chain from the University of Sydney. He has spent his life conducting research into the effects alcohol has on the humans over the last 100 years. From short-term to long-term implications, alcohol has only negatively affected a human being's body, and without action, it will continue to be incredibly bad for all humans. So today, we as a proud government have acted in how we see best the future for the Australian people in implementing legislation that will ban all liquor over 15% in alcohol content, as well as introduce technologies to assist the measurement of intoxication detection in every pub throughout Australia, and restrict the legal limit of anyone to drink at any times of 0.1 blood alcohol content and a complete zero when driving. I will now take any questions. Mr. Prime Minister, what impact is this going to have on distilleries, breweries, wineries and pubs, clubs and nightlife venues across Australia?